Now the Dettol sword of protection is on a soap. Mild, gentle Dettol antiseptic soap.
Walls have created a spectacular ice cream dessert called Viennetta. But despite its deliciously rich ice cream and its irresistible, crisp, dark layers, Viennetta could leave you with one small problem. Wall's Viennetta. One slice is never enough.
And moving on to finance, it's been all action in the banking world. NatWest, one of Britain's largest banks, today announced some very positive changes to their current account. Transaction charges have been completely dropped.
Cheers.
NatWest have also introduced a new account, Current Plus, an account that gives you interest on your money. A welcome addition.
Well, old boy, could be time to go home.
So, it's good news for 89 from the Action Bank.
Sometimes we'll sigh, sometimes we'll cry, and we'll know why just you and I know true love why.
See the face you love light up.
Two pints of Tetley's. Have a good round then?
Yeah, it wasn't bad. Not bad at all.
There you are. May I remind you that this is a golf club, not your local putt and pitch. The way you was messing about was ridiculous. It isn't funny, and I shall report this to the committee.
Oh, I'm sorry, can I just say
you may as well know who you're talking to. I'm in charge of the greens.
Well, can you make sure that your sprouts are not as hard?
Oh, witty.
Wake up in the morning, wanting some breakfast. What margarine do I spread on my toast? Oh, Vitalite. Made with pure sunflower oil, and with the taste that'll make you shine. Oh, Vitalite. I keep it shining all through the daytime. When day is done, well, you know what I like. Oh, what's that? Oh, come on, y'all. Vitalite. Yeah. Good night.
You just can't pull a better deal than one from South Yorkshire Caravans of Dinnington. Ask Jeff Capes. For the freedom to go where you please, when you please, get up and go to the people who know. South Yorkshire Caravans of Dinnington, just off the M1, Junction 31.
Are you ready to compromise yet?
Compromise? There'll be no compromise as long as I'm leader of the NUWWWWW.
For those who absolutely refuse to compromise, we suggest Shape yogurt. Though virtually fat-free, Shape makes no compromise on flavour. It's nicely thick and fully fruity.
They'll give us the money, the holidays, and the pensions. But it's now go on the soft toilet paper.
Oh, soft toilet paper? Brothers, they can forget it.
Shape, for those who absolutely refuse to compromise.
That's 40 love then, Nige.
Your investment's doing all right then, aren't they?
Yes, thanks. Cash is king these days, Nige. And mine's all stashed away.
Building society, I suppose.
Nah, Barclays. I can transfer from my current account with a phone call.
Oh, and banks give good rates, do they?
As it happens, Barclays' Capital Advantage account gives one of the highest rates, if you've got 10 grand spare, Nige.
Bit of an expert suddenly, aren't we?
Yeah. Well, they're clever down at Barclays.
We think you'll find you're better off talking to Barclays.
Sometimes we'll sigh, sometimes we'll cry, and we'll know why just you and I know true love.
See the face you love light up.
May the gloss in Ross be a good gloss.
May the windowsills of Winchester shine. May the doors of Wales dry hard as nails. May Derby's falls dry even. Seal it, cover well. The walls of Birmingham, white, clean of knee and ham, and the skirting boards of pine have a long line. So brush in and decorate this land with the best
Shell have now introduced 1,287 conservation areas in Britain. This is just one of them.
Colour Roll, an incredible choice of wall coverings, is brought to you by the big name in home fashion.
Colour Roll, of course.
Next Wednesday at 12:45, the action movie is Beach Red, starring Cornell Wilde.
Saturday at 7:45, Vintage Murder.
Gambini Winery, run by Gambinis.
The cause of death?
It could be poison.
I really didn't know him all that well.
Now, what was I supposed to do? Let them break my legs?
You're a piece of equipment, Marco. Like a tractor. Such violence.
It's a game.
People get hurt.
I mean, supposing this conglomerate is run by organized crime.
It's none of your business. You got a reservation on a plane back east? Use it.
A rather pointed suggestion for Jessica, Saturday at 7:45.
There are hundreds of skincare ranges, varying from the highly complex to the very basic. Here's one that has a careful balance of ingredients, pure and simple, with glycerin to moisturize, anthemile to help soothe, and an ultraviolet filter. Balanced ingredients, the pure and simple answer to skincare.
He said au revoir to the video, goodbye to the girls, arrivederci to the runabout, but he hung on to the Gillette gel. New gel makes a richer lather for a shave of unusual smoothness and comfort. New Gillette gel, the only comfort a man really needs.
Meet Mr. Wheeler. He's a good, careful driver, which is more than could be said for some people. But he's paying too much for his car insurance. Why? Because he's lumped in a group with other drivers. Don't look, it'll only encourage him. However, the insurance service puts you in a group of one, so the better you drive, the less you pay. Because you're no longer paying for other people's mistakes. For an individual insurance service, get a quote from the insurance service.
Bright's new. Bright's here. She's bright.
The Listo is no ordinary bar. Wheatmeal biscuit with toppings like nuts, raisins and honey, all covered in delicious milk chocolate. The Listo, a little food for thought.
See the latest Do-It-All Top 50 offers and walk away with 1 1/4 litres Dulux Brilliant White Gloss, $3.49. Colour Oak Futura Whites wall coverings from $2.49 a roll. And a Bosch sander, $24.95. Top 50 products, rock bottom prices this Easter at Do-It-All.
Oh, look at the sea.
Bridlington and the Wolds. Telephone for your free colour brochure now.
In a couple of minutes, it's quiz night, the Caterham Arms versus the Crown Gate. But now the ITN news headlines.
Airlines are reported to be on the alert tonight after fears that 3 Lebanon-based Palestinian terrorists may be planning to hijack a U.S. plane at Easter. The Daily Express report that a memo has been sent by America's Federal Aviation Authority warning all airlines and security forces in the U.S., Britain and the rest of Europe. The 3 suspected terrorists are thought to be travelling on forged passports. The Department of Transport said tonight they'd be sending the alert to the security services for further assessment. This, according to a one-time government security advisor, is normal procedure.
It's one of the problems of the industry that one does receive this sort of information, which is raw, unevaluated, and once it has been evaluated, well, of course one can circulate it. But because there is so much of it, one tends to not disregard it, but regard it with a great deal of suspicion.
A Labour MP will warn the Commons later today that following the Peterborough explosives blast, an even worse disaster is waiting to happen unless regulations are tightened. Mr Paul Flynn, MP for Newport West, claims a driver carrying a cargo of explosives was found recently to be twice over the drink limit. He added, "Our rules are sloppy and secretive." Mr Flynn says explosives should be escorted and carried by rail. Meanwhile, 2 people, including 1 fireman, are still in intensive care in Peterborough District Hospital tonight. A fireman was killed and more than 80 people injured when a lorry carrying explosives blew up. The blast demolished an industrial estate. A Washington court has heard White House Secretary Fawn Hall testify she altered 6 top-secret documents on covert aid to the Nicaraguan Contras. Ms. Hall arrived at Oliver North's criminal trial to give evidence against her former boss. Ms. Hall also admitted taking part in a so-called shredding party where documents relating to the Iran-Contra scandal were destroyed. Colonel North is charged with lying to Congress and illegally funneling funds to get military aid to the Contras. The IRA claimed tonight they seized confidential police files from the car of 2 senior RUC officers murdered on Monday. The IRA said the files related to cross-border police cooperation and efforts by the security forces to apprehend terrorists. And that's the news for now.